I remember I was having conflict about what to talk about on one of my Fresco's Run episodes, and I got tired of talking about the celebrity gossip and who ain't paid child support and who got who pregnant. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about these celebrities. Like, how can I connect with people on some person-to-person, you know what I'm saying, level type shit like that? So when you get into those kind of topics as far as family and kids and, you know what I'm saying, your spouses, that shit any and everybody can relate to. So it's easier to talk about those things to have a connection with the audience instead of just rambling on about what the fuck some bum-ass celebrity is doing, some bullshit in the tabloids.
Right. And it's almost the same way when it comes to... Well, it's the same thing with hip-hop. I just don't know if it works, though. And what I mean by that is... All right, so when we listen to... Who we listen to them with their accented stories, you know what I'm saying? Fluff stories, I did this. You really don't hear a cat like Jay-Z talk about, me and my family life, I went home and I did this with my regular life and kissed my daughter. And, it ain't the whole family thing. You don't have that connection. And it seems like in hip-hop, you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's braggadocious, you know what I'm saying? We talk about streets and shit we do and the dirt we do and all that stuff, but ain't nobody talk about their 9 to 5 and all that shit, because I don't know if that's just a boring ass song or what. Maybe it is. It ain't the same with a podcast, though. Huh?
Yeah, they don't think nobody care about that. That's like 50 Cent said once. They said, why don't you make a song about your son? He said they don't want to hear that. You see what I'm saying? So he's never made a song about his son. When they was on good terms, he used to have him in the videos and everything like that. And he was like, why don't you make a song about your son? He said they don't want to hear that.
But he don't know because he never did it.
I think it's a demographic for people for damn near any category that you can find. There's probably some people out there that would like to hear 50 rap about his relationship with his son. But then maybe his hardcore fan base really isn't. Maybe he might lose some fans or maybe he might gain some. Like, I think it goes either way.
I agree with you on that. And the reason why I say I agree with you on that is because if you look at what people call the backpack crowd or the left side hip hop or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole Jamila crew, Ninth Wonders label and stuff like that. And, you know what I'm saying, the way Kendrick was and all, you know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. It's like those cats, Ninth Wonders original group, Lil Brother out of Carolina, when they rapped, you know what I'm saying? Them cats was rapping about, you know what I'm saying, they work at a 9 to 5 and they ain't, you know what I'm saying, they ain't got the celebrity status, but yet they, videos on MTV. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like the way De La Soul did in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? The same type of deal. So it's like those cats, right. Tribe, De La Soul, Lil Brother, you know what I'm saying, Common, all that stuff they talk that type of life, you know what I'm saying? They talk reality, you know what I'm saying?
That's a completely different era, though. So, like, the essence of hip-hop was still, like, mad pure and real at that point. But ever since then, it's become more so of a business, and it gets exploited for the bullshit instead of, more consciousness. So people, it's easier for people to get on a mic and talk some bullshit and mumble and say anything and expected to sell a few records as opposed to being like a J. Cole and actually being a person in your music and having that kind of fan base that J. Cole does. That shit definitely won't work for everybody because everybody isn't that kind of person, regardless if they talk about it or not.
But yeah, so I'm listening. Like I said, I call y'all because I believe Fresco, you I think on the edge of millennial or just fresh out of or millennial. You in your low 30s, right?
Say that again?
You in your low 30s, right? Like young 30s, right?
Oh, on the nose, baby, 30 on the nose.
You right on the okay. So you on the edge of millennial, you know what I'm saying? And then the big brother Flaw. He's, like I said, he's got a little millennial in him and a little bit of whatever, mine, X generation or whatever. So you got a mix of both of them. Because I'll be listening to some of the stuff y'all talk about. Like, I can't stand, like, Young Thug and shit. I heard y'all like, yo, Young Thug, man, he all right, man. I heard that. And I was like, oh, hell no. Because I just can't fuck with Young Thug. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got old-ass ears. I can't accept it, man. You know what I'm saying? I did hear Future's album. I mean... It's the Percocet, Molly Percocet. That shit pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with that.
listen to. Yeah.
I think that song is fucking. I think that song is fucking stupid.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's one of the songs that we like.
Yo, all he's talking about is pills. You know, I don't do pills. I don't give a fuck about that.
That's true.
I mean,
as far as subject matter, you're right. It ain't about shit. It really ain't. But ain't nobody talking about shit right now. None of them. Not Migos. Shit. Not even Drake. Not even shit. What does Migos do? Quavo and all. Man, none of them dudes, man. None of them talking about shit.
You gotta wait for that though, because Kendrick dropping tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna be on some shit.
Woo! I can't wait. I fucks with Kendrick Lamar now. I do fuck with Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole.
Now back to Young Thug. Back to Young Thug, right? Now I ain't the biggest Young Thug fan, but I can appreciate a motherfucker who can be as bold as this nigga is. I appreciate individuality. If that's who he is, then fuck it. That's who he is. I can't tell him he should be doing this or he should be saying that. That's who he is. And at first, some of his shit ain't really like, nah, I'm good. I ain't really fucking with that one. But you will stumble upon a Young Thug song that will make you nod your head. I will not lie to you. You will. You absolutely will.
All right. You got that, man. That ain't even a debate. I mean, you right. Yeah, there is some songs that, but that's the beat and shit. It's the beat. It ain't the shit he's saying. I'm like, what the fuck did you just say, Holmes?
I mean, you know, what I do like about Young Thug is the way that he's able to use his voice on the records. He has a lot of pitch. He got a lot of range.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people can't do that shit on a record. You hear these niggas singing and doing these melodies.
Right.
They be sounding crazy. Thug actually has pitch to his voice, and that actually works on some of the records that he does. So
okay.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't
mad at it at all. Y'all old niggas got to open y'all fucking minds up, man. Y'all stuck in 90s.
We stuck in the 90s and shit, huh?
Man, get the hell out of there.
We stuck in motherfucking 93 to infinity, man. That's right. What's the name of it?
Yeah, man. Like, I appreciate
Black Moon and shit.
I'm the one who said he wasn't that bad. I mean,
I'm not a Migos fan. I'm not a Migos fan either. I actually think overall, I would say they kind of corny, but they got some fucking hits.
Hold on.
They got a couple songs that will make you nod your head.
Right. I can't fuck with the Migos. I mean, I don't hate on the Migos, like, at all, but I respect them dudes because at least they the pioneers of the sound. Everybody else is following and mimicking they shit. They the ones with the tripper, you know what I'm saying? They the ones started that shit. And everybody else following their style. Future.
Was it them or was it Future?
No, Future did that whole staccato shit, where they was doing that whole, you know what I'm saying? That shit. He was doing that shit. They do the triplet shit. They do that. No, they do that whole triplet shit on all they shit. So people coming out now is chopping they shit up like, I guess he was calling it whatever, the karate chop, whatever the shit was. When everybody started doing that shit. Everybody started doing the triplet shit like the Migos. So it's like both of them are pioneers of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason they get that respect. I mean, but it's still garbage. But.
Right.
It's still garbage based upon what I came up in.
I got a question for y'all, right? You and Flaw. Now, is the Migos going to break up eventually and be all solo artists, or they going to stand the test of time and remain in group through their career like the Locks?
Now, I think they'll go solo because what I keep seeing is a lot of the fans only like one of them, and I think it's the Quavo guy. I can't hear his name a lot.
He the Beyonce.
Yeah. Right. That's what I keep hearing, actually.
Wow.
I like Quavo. I do. The other two I really don't really give a shit about, to be honest. and it don't make it no better. What kills it is that the Locks, all three of them niggas sound completely different. The Migos, all three of these niggas sound completely the same. So if you take two of them out of the equation, I'm not going to miss them.
But you more so when you talk about the Locks and you talk about the dude rapping, you more so gonna talk about Jadis than you are Sheik Louch and
That's true.
And my other man, I forgot his name.
Styles P.
Styles P. Yeah, the ghost Styles P.
That's true, but you know, respectively in their own rights, they all have their own catalog.
That's true. They do. And Styles P had a pretty dope little album. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, yes, he did. And a host of mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? And even when you didn't see, even when they weren't doing albums, if one of them had a solo venture or a project going on, you heard the other two on there.
That's true. All right, I know you got
that record or that mixtape somewhere.
Right, Fresco. Let me know when you got to cut out, man. Me and Flaw continue on. We're gonna talk business after after you cut out, because I see you getting close to your time.
Destination I'm about to pull up to my destination in a couple of minutes. Actually, I've still got a few minutes. I'm good.
All right, so when you get ready to go, we're gonna go to commercial, and me and Flaw continue kicking it, and we'll get into the network that y'all forming and all that type of stuff. So,
word.
All right, so right quick, I'm gonna ask you. Like I said, y'all be killing the social media game. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, first off, did y'all start out on SoundCloud before you went to Spreaker?
Yeah, it was SoundCloud first, and I've personally not nothing, but I'm just not a fan of SoundCloud. I don't see the benefit of it, so I've always just looked for other platforms, and I can't remember how we ran across Spreaker, but I think it's like the best platform out there for everything that you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, man. Shout out JY3 up in here. I'm going to give everybody a shout out, man, after we come after that break. I know everybody like, yo, we usually give out the shout out and read chat and all that, but we was on express time up in this piece trying to get through all kinds of topics. You know what I'm saying? Express time. So anyway, we was rolling through, and I relaxed and jump a little bit into comments and all that type of stuff on the second half and stuff like that. All right, so like I was saying now, both of y'all cats is some, like I said, is pretty good on the social media. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all are connected to all the damn podcasts out there. Most of them, like I said, are SoundCloud podcasts. But it seems like it's two different worlds. You got the Spreaker world, you got the SoundCloud world. But it seems like the SoundCloud world look a little bigger.
That's exactly what it's like.
Well, there's no benefit. Well, for Spreaker, you got to have a certain amount of listens to actually monetize, and that's why the bigger podcasts like Joe Budden and them are on there, but they got big machines behind them. You can actually monetize with Spreaker, create your own app. You know, you can get on SoundCloud. I mean, you can get on iTunes just like SoundCloud, but you know, if you're not going to do 5,000 to 10,000 episodes, there's no benefit to SoundCloud. It's just people's go-to move. Like, some people don't want to change. Like, I'll post our Spreaker website or whatever, and people will still ask, what's your SoundCloud link? So just people just like going to SoundCloud.
Right.
But there's no benefit at all on SoundCloud to me.
Because number one, there's no streaming option there. But y'all do have comments. Right. I see comments, like you can comment at each point and it'll show up on. Yep. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that is pretty cool, man. But like I said, I see so many SoundCloud people, and I mean all those. I mean, I can't even name everybody. Like Good Morning Beautiful World, something like that. Them girls, man, those girls are awesome, man. I was like, damn, I love this today show.
Yeah, they funny. Yeah, they funny as hell over there, man.
They are, man. Shout out to them if they ever tune in and shit. I'm trying to form relationships with the other side over there on the SoundCloud side. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's all about networking, man. That's it. It's all about networking.
Hey, and that's why we got y'all, man. We trying to form relationships. Y'all got them relationships out there. We trying to form that Voltron out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put that Voltron. I know there's a lot of networks out there. What's that?
No, I'm listening. My fault. No, I ain't gonna cut you off.
Yeah, there's a lot of networks out here, but like I said, we trying to do ours. But ours is the same as a network, but it's more like a family and a network. Any last words, Fresco, before you break out?
Yeah, man, absolutely, man. Shout out to everybody who keeps up with my podcast, Fresco's World, who keeps up with my brother's podcast, 700 Block Pod, and the podcast Brothers, man. And if you want to get in contact with me directly, you can hit me on my Twitter. Very Twitter heavy. You know what I'm saying? I talk the same way